afternoon. It is Meg from Meg Rogers Nutrition Coaching. If you are new to following me, welcome. If you are tuning back in, thank you so much. For those who are always like, what do you do? I am more than just a nutritionist. I am actually specialized in helping women and even men reset their mindset from thoughts that are stopping them to ones that empower them. So, for example, today has definitely been one of those days where it's kind of challenging, where there's messes all over. And I'm one of those people. I'm a type A, and I have perfectionism, procrastination. So I don't want to do things unless thing is perfect. So when there's messes everywhere, it makes me crazy. So to show you how much I'm pushing through it, look at this mess that Gabby just created. And I refuse to clean it up. Why? Why do I refuse to clean it up? Because I asked a child to watch her so that I could get stuff done, and they didn't. So they will be the ones cleaning it up, not me. Hey, Michelle. So I wanted to go live about something. This is something I hear all the time. Hey, they're like, okay, I want change, and I'm so tired of feeling this way. Have you ever said this? Has this been you? Because I know this was me for like most of my life, all the time. And, I've been thinking about something lately while learning how to actually surrender, that really dirty word. And what does that even look like? Like, what does surrender even look like? Life is hard. And I think we can all agree on that one. How many times during a day or even a week have you just been like, you're just praying for a break, praying for life just to be easy for this one moment. Like, God, please calm these kids down. I'm at my breaking point. Or please stop the endless cycle of sickness and allow us to stay healthy so we can stay on track. Or, just praying that he'll take away the pain and make things all rosy again. And you're exhausted, you're burnt out, and you're beat down, and you're wondering, how in the heck are you gonna keep going? Is this you? We've all been there. We've all been there at some point in our life. I've definitely been there while experiencing and healing, from August until now. People following me, telling me all the time, like, man, I wish I could be positive and do what you do. But that is usually followed by some lie that their ego has been telling them is true. But I don't have time. But I'm an introvert and could never put myself out there. But I'm just not good at it like you. All those things are lies. It is your ego running your life and not him. So what you see today is years in the making. Like, you're comparing your day 1 to my day 1,460, just to give you a little rough number. So the hard that you're facing today, the resistance, the things always tempting you, causing you to derail. You start a diet on Monday because it's Monday. That's the best time to start. Your kids are testing your patience. The phone is ringing off the hook. No one's listening. You just want to throttle somebody. You're feeling all the emotions. You're feeling angry, sad, happiness, and it's just dropping by the second. You're yelling at your kids. You're beating yourself up. So you give in, and when that fight or flight feeling is triggered and you self-soothe with food and comforting yourself today just because, today was just not the best day to start. You know what? I can't do it. So today I'm just going to treat myself. I'm going to, I've already treated myself a little too much. So screw the rest of the day. I'm not even going to try to bother. I'll just start fresh tomorrow. Is that you? Is this something that you're doing? If you're doing this, guess what? That is the wrong kind of mindset, and that is the mindset that will keep you in failure, and not a good failure. Like, I actually want my ladies to fail, but I want them to fail forward. I want them to, learn from how they failed and then do better the next time. And I don't want them to wait for a new day. I want them to wait for a new minute. That's it. I want you to make the next best decision right in front of you. Today, you know what? So your Monday went to crap. It's Wednesday. Sorry. I was planning on doing this Monday. But maybe your day went to crap today. Guess what? It's 1:21 right now, my time. Guess what? 1:30. Let's say 1:30. You're going to change it all around and you're going to pick the best time to start again. Today is the perfect day to start. 1:30 is the perfect time to start. That scenario was from being all wrapped up in your feelings and trusting your ego, and not God. We still forget when we invite him into our life to help us grow, or for those of us still on the fence of who he is, when you decide you want to grow and you have these plans, all of us, believers and non-believers, forget growth is messy. Growth is hard. It kind of sucks. You got to go through the shit to get to the good. Sorry. Now, what I'm about to say is probably my personal opinion, and I'm going to take some heat for it. but I don't really care. But in my time of helping people and actually working with clients and helping people reset their mindset, I have found that the majority of those who claim to be followers of Christ show the least amount of faith. And yes, I use the word claim because their words and their words are great. Like they can quote the Bible, they can do all this, and they're just doing great. But their actions don't align with their words. They're sharing how great he is on the outside, life looks amazing, and talking publicly how important faith is, and you see their Facebook posts every day, and you're like, oh my gosh, you're so inspiring, blah, blah, blah. But then in private, when you're talking to them, all that fear, all that scarcity, and or the poverty mindset is taking over the conversation. It is easy for us to quote the Bible and God and encourage each other. It's hard for us to actually live it. The difficult thing is we view those as having all of their ducks in a row, comparing ourselves to it, wondering, why can't we just get our life together like so-and-so, beating ourselves up for not being as real as them, not knowing that they're being fake. I get it. I used to live life like that, comparing myself to their highlight reel instead of their reality reel, feeding off others' praises, yet at the same time fearing that I would be found out. When we are doing that, we're living a lie. Fear is such a powerful motivator, but it's separating us from love and it's separating us from God. So I've worked from home probably roughly 8 years now. It is messy. I have to guard myself heavily across, even simple things like seeing what I dub the Pinterest moms, doing all these fun activities with their kiddos. Well, I beg mine to play a game on the iPad for 5 minutes. Just give me 5 minutes. And I have to remind myself that that's their highlight reel. That's not their reality reel. Like, they have the same problems I do. They just don't ever share it. Growth is messy. When you choose growth, anything that pushes your buttons is now like, I'm coming for you, and it's coming to test your unconditional love and commitment and dedication. It's the Holy Spirit's job to draw your attention to it and help you move beyond it. Hey, Karen. So your kids melting down, school not going right, unexpected bills coming in left and right, your kids getting sick, kids getting a stomach valve, kids needing surgery, your husband having emergency surgery out of nowhere. That is supposed to happen. It's giving you an opportunity to drop your ego and be like, all right, God, I know that you're sovereign over all of this and you can make a way where there's no way. I'm trusting you. Please help me to renew my thoughts and see this in a new light. See this from your eyes, and then take the steps focusing on your priorities that you're committed to. The comfort zone, it's easy. It's not the Holy Spirit's job to respect the comfort zone. It's not going to. Its job is to bust them, make you grow, because you said you wanted growth. You wanted change. You wanted to feel better. Guess what? It's going to be messy. When we first started down this path, I shared this the other week about spouses sabotaging each other. My husband went first. He enlisted our kids, and I shared how I tried like crazy to sabotage him. I was drowning in life. I wasn't treading water. I was drowning. My company was struggling. My suppliers were having issues. My anxiety was through the roof. It was the highest it ever been. I'd been maxed out on mental health drugs. My pain levels in my spine were the worst it ever been. I could barely get out of bed each day from the pain and the depression. I was bitter. I was angry with God. I was snapping at my kids every night, lying to myself that I was just going to will myself to do better just to make it 3 hours before ruining it again. And then having, of course, a pity party, beating myself up. And I just needed to learn to accept it, that this was just going to be my life. And I was homeschooling 2 kids at the time because we live in Metro Detroit and we didn't want to be driving 30 to 40 minutes to school just one way while working 40, 70-hour weeks. And my husband, he wanted to change our health. And I was like, prayerfully bargaining with God. If you just give me a break, just a little bit of break, then I'll take care of my body so that I can feel better. Because right now, we ain't got time for that. Is this you? Are you trying to bargain with God right now to just give for life, or even just maybe bargaining with life to just cut you some slack right now so that you can have a little bit of success to rebuild and stuff? Guess what? If you ain't got time, if you're too busy, BS. Your priorities are destroying your happiness and heavily impacting your family. And until you slow down to speed up, nothing in your life is ever going to change. And for years, I only wanted to do the easy things. Read my Bible when life gets tough. Set it aside when life gets good. Take care of my health and do all the things until I started to feel better. Then stop so I could focus elsewhere. I witnessed past clients and clients trying to do this pattern too. And when you're doing this, you're being driven from the ego. You're not trusting God. To surrender means to surrender your thoughts or situation to God. It's not until we give them to Him that He can renew them. And it feels so hard because our ego says, oh, we can fix this. Oh, no, we got this. We don't need help. We can do it ourselves. We're motivated this week, but what about next week? What about tomorrow? And until you learn how to slow down so that you can go faster, you will continue to respond from fear. But when you give it to Him, you're taking responsibility for your thoughts. So every encounter has purpose. Nothing is wasted. Every circumstance that you are in has a purpose. Your comfort zone equals complacency. And I really hope that you don't get stuck there. Break the cycle in life. Be the person you so desperately are searching for on social media for maybe motivation or guidance or in life or whatever. Be open to growing, and guess what? It's going to be messy. These are things, in my fit family that we are actually working on daily. And my girl Emery, shared the other day and she's like, our group is such a breeding ground for success. And she's right. Seeing how we're doing has helped her to keep focused and on the right track to get where she wants to be. Well, healing from shingles. And now her husband is, traveling for work and stuff. And she's home with 3 little kids and she's still doing her best. She's not doing perfect. She's just doing her best right now. And we're all inspired from one another and growing into the person that we need, allowing God to lead and empower us. But in return, we're helping empower each other. And if you want that type of support in your life because you don't have it, I really hope that you reach out, because we would love to have you. I would love to have, help you smash your goals and retrain your mindset to serve you and learn how to make life work for you despite it being chaos and busy and nothing going right. But all right, guys, I really hope that this helps. Get out there and make it awesome. Bye-bye.